Before the ships came from the West, Africa had already met violent colonizers. In 639 CE, the Rashidun armies crossed into Egypt and called it faith. By 709, the Umayyads had claimed the Maghreb. New banners, new tongues, same ambition, same colonial mindset. They taxed, they renamed, they burned, they rewrote, and through those dunes marched another trade, the trade of people. From the Gao to the Zanzibar, millions of Africans were violently taken north and east. Their labor building cities like Basra, Mecca, and Cairo. The Zan Rebellion of 869 CE wasn't a myth. It was the actual first slave revolt in the modern world. And then centuries later, Ottomans marched into Sudan, plundering for ivory, for gold, and bodies. The tribute never stopped. Then Europe arrived, and instead of holding Qurans, they were holding Bibles. Instead of crescents, they came with crosses. By 1884, the Europeans held a conference known as the Scramble for Africa, or the Berlin Conference. This is where Africa continued to be cut into pieces, with not one African at the table. Different languages, different faces, same playbook. Now, it's contracts, it's foreign aid, it's debt, it's IMF and World Banks. Not swords, not firearms, ports leased to foreign nations. Data mined, just like they mined the diamonds. And children still mining for cobalt in the Congo so that the world can scroll on their handheld devices in comfort. The playbook of the colonizer never died. It just changed hands. But listen, this isn't about religion or color. It's about systems that feed on African bodies. And they call that parasitic consumption progress. But progress for who? It's about the leaders that remain silent. It's about the leaders who forgot that every loan was actually a chain. It's about a continent that's still negotiating with its abuser, with its kidnappers. Where is the unity promised in 1963? Where is this African Union with one currency, one defense, one voice? And where are the descendants of the stolen? The diaspora, who remembered the drum even when they never heard it. When empires rise, they rename, they rewrite, they erase. But memory outlives them all. The earth still waits for Africa to wake up, waiting for Africa to remember herself. Because until then, the Arabs and the Europeans will continue to pick her apart like a carcass on the side of a road. End every empire in every form. End colonizers of every nation. Rebuild the continent. Reconnect our children. Because the restoration of Africa is not a prophecy. It's physics. Every force of domination creates an equal opposite revolution. So yeah, Africa, met violent colonization long before the West showed up on African shores. Cope.